This is Stephen Biro from Unearthed Films.
This is Eric Stanzi.
This is Fred Vogel.
This is Grandamit Stake.
This is Scott Philip Gergens, director of 29 Needles, and you are experiencing Sadistic Cinema.
Sadistic Cinema.
Sadistic Cinema!
This is Sadistic Cinema.
Welcome, everybody, to the darkest side of the internet. This is Sadistic Cinema. Here, as always, is your host, David Gibson, and my brother from another mother, Stephen Nemeth. Stephen, how you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm doing excellent, man. This is it's a good night. Good night.
It's a good night. It's a good night. So tell us about what we're doing tonight, Stephen.
We got a special guest tonight. Special to the show and to us personally. Not only is he a friend, but he was one of our early episodes years ago in the first incarnation of Sadistic Cinema.
And back with him and Marcus, back in the day.
Yeah, and somebody that I've gone on to work with and collaborate with on something real big, and then some smaller stuff and extras after that. So I definitely like working with this guy and having him on. There's been an introduction submitted that I have to read per contract. And okay, here it goes. Let me see. Let me make sure I can see what's going on here. Tonight's guest is known as the sexiest distributor of extreme films. The sexiest there is out there. He is the only film distributor that looks like the god Neptune doing his thing. A sexy beard this person has. The only thing more unearthed than this guest is the recipes in his cookbook. This man is too extreme for the mainstream. He is the founder, the CEO, the president of Unearthed Films. Welcome, Stephen Biro.
Well, damn. You got that right. I'm glad you took the exact notes and brought up that I look like Neptune these days.
It is a dignified face with the thickness thing.
Dignified face.
Yes, I am about as undignified as you can get. But hey, guys, how you guys doing?
Doing great, man. It's great to have you back on, Stephen, man. Hey, tell us what's going on over there at Nerf right now.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
I know about everything.
Let me suggest something. Since this is obviously going to kind of be like a free-flowing conversation through some stuff, let's use last names for Biro and Nemeth, so we're not...
Okay, Biro and Nemeth.
Although it'll probably be obvious what kind of question is being asked, but just in case.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Nemeth.
Yeah, Mr. Biro,
Gibson.
What's been going on over there at Unearthed?
Oh, man. We're picking up movies left and right, putting out movies left and right. Man.
Tell them about the new
busy as shit.
The new one, the new title you just procured.
Oh, well, we just picked up, we're picking up movies left and right, so I might slip up and say something that no one knows yet, but we just sort of announced Promudos, The Fallen Angel, from Olaf Ittenbach. We picked that up just the other day, actually, signed the contracts. Boom, we'll put it out. It's a nice fresh scan from the 16mm print.
Awesome.
So it won't be like dark and murky and shit. I think we're gonna have the soundtrack for it. We got making ofs and all sorts of goodies. The new artwork that they did in Germany for it is amazing. Really happy about that.
Was that the artwork on the post?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, because I've got that.
Yeah, that's
just sloppy.
Yeah,
montage thing or something.
Crappy EI Cinema cover. Oh, that's disgusting. So we're going to give Promudos, a lot of the gore fans are thrilled about it, and we'll see what happens, when we make the real announcement, because we haven't even done a real announcement for the Untold Story yet. Well, man.
Yeah, you've been kind of keeping that into the group, right?
Yeah. I mean, I put the trailer on my personal Facebook page, and if you're in the group, yeah. But tons of people aren't on Facebook, so we haven't really made the announcement yet. And I just got my hands on the artwork for Kung Fu Bob O'Brien.
Oh, nice.
Oh, holy moly! Is it okay to curse?
Oh yeah.
On the darkest section of the internet.
Yes.
Okay.
This
it's fucking gorgeous. Holy shit! The artwork that because we only shown the artwork that'll be for the retail versions.
Okay.
Because we're trying to do stuff like some of the other companies are doing. Fucking assholes.
Does that mean we're going to finally get some slip covers from Unearthed?
Yeah. I mean, the retail version will have a slip cover.
Because that's all that matters. The slip cover's all that matters anymore, my friend.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking we might do an exclusive steelbook.
Oh, really?
Yeah, only available through us because it's the Untold Story. It's fucking the best Hong Kong Category 3 movie of all time. Yeah. I mean, Men Behind the Sun's up there, and we were trying to get that, but fucking Lewis Justin snagged it. Son of a bitch.
That darn massacre video.
That son of a bitch.
With his
Well, yeah, soon when he posted it, I'm like, because we're talking to the company that owns Laboratory and Narrow Escape, and I'm like, oh, you rotten bastard. So I call him. And I'm like, Lewis, what the fuck, man? He's like, oh, yeah, well, I've been waiting on the materials for a year and a half, and I saw that you got Untold Story. I was like, I'm going to announce Men Behind the Sun. I'm like, you picking up Laboratory and Narrow? And he's like, no. And I'm like, do you mind if I do it? He's like, no, man, go for it. And I'm like, I picked up
Nankan Massacre.
Wait, hold on. Biro just asked if he minded. He said, no, go ahead. And then Biro goes,
Yeah, I don't really want it. It already has a Region A release. Fuck them.
Yeah, I mean,
Now that Region A and Diabolic, I checked it out. That is the same copy that I got from an individual seller in Hong Kong, but it's out of stock there. So.
Yeah, the whole point would be for a box set.
Oh, yeah.
And Lewis fucked that all up, and he's not going to go for the box set for the other two. And I'm just like, motherfucker. I'm like,
could we see a joint Massacre Unearthed venture to get to a box set?
That would be cool. Thing is, I thought about it. I've been after like a bunch of movies. I've been trying to crawl up Fred Vogel's ass to get the August Underground.
Oh yeah.
I want to do the ultimate box set, and I'm like, look, dude, blah blah blah.
We had Fred on the other day, man. He's taking a break, so it'd be awesome to see that come out somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, dude. Here, let me hook you up, let me buy, And he's like, no, I want the stuff out of print for a while. I'm like, damn it, man, because I live with Jeremy Cruz.
Yeah.
And this boy's got tons of fucking shit no one's ever seen before, And actually, I was, I'm wanting to buy his whole catalog, or just like, for like 7 years, because that's why shit goes out of print.
Yeah.
Because basically you're just buying the films for a limited amount of time. And I'm like, yeah. And as you guys know, I'm working with Ryan Nicholson's family.
Mm-hmm.
And we're working on all the plot digger stuff.
Do you think it's cool? We could do a little hint, an announcement of what we're working with you on.
What are you working with me on?
The extras on GB2.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay, so this is you're going to hear it first here, everybody. When when Biro told us that he was, working with Ryan's family, and this was last year, and he said that he had the Gutterballs 2. It was going to be reassembled from the original materials, and it was going to get the proper editing that it needed and a proper release, and he was going to, work out all this, fulfillment of these things for the people that were still awaiting it from the old crowdfunders. I told him that I had some, that David and we have some materials with Ryan. We have a couple hours of conversation about Gutterballs and Gutterballs 2 and Collar, specifically like a whole section dedicated to Gutterballs 2 after we watched it with him. And we're going to have those interviews. They're already available to Steven. He's already got them. And it looks like that's going to be a special feature to hear a couple hours of conversation about his filmmaking and Gutterballs 2.
Yeah, I'm honored to be part of that legacy because I was a huge fan of Ryan.
Yeah, you sent me the materials already, Steven?
Yeah, they're already in there. There's just a single JPEG I need to switch out with the Sadistic Cinema logo.
Is it on Dropbox?
Yeah, it's already in the Dropbox. Everything.
Okay, because my memory's shit these days, guys.
Yeah, we know how busy you are too.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah,
it's sort of crazy.
I've also got that music in there, the tribute music, and the some really extreme artwork for the cover of that single, the tribute music to Gutterballs from Coffin Syrup.
Coffin Syrup, yeah.
Yeah, and Rob Gore, like straight up X-rated cover of that single. Completely penetrated. Like you got to see. Go in there and look at it. The only thing I need to switch out is the we've got to, because the old Sadistic Cinema logo had a defunct website on it. We got a new website, so I just want to switch that logo out with the new website. And there's something.
Okay, well now we're just talking business, and that's not what your listeners want to hear, man.
Well, let's get a Plot Digger. Has you talked about box set? Have you thought about doing a Plot Digger box set after everything comes out?
Maybe, probably, could be. I mean, that's the terrible thing is that Ryan lost so many of his masters, and he sent me everything he had. And after the surgery, he's a little scatterbrained. And he said he lost a bunch of stuff, lost a bunch of boxes. He moved a couple of times after the surgery.
Yeah.
And so like what we're doing for the family is we're going through everything. And he even sent me the master mini DV tapes he shot of Gutterballs.
Really? That's
why there's 40 hours worth of material on the collector's edition. Because I just took every tape and just digitized it and said, fuck it, here you go. I doubt anybody's going to watch 40 hours.
That's why there's the different running times on each of those files there from separate discs.
Yeah, and it's Screamer Claus. He did the authoring, and man, he was pissed. He's like, you motherfucker, this is too much work. And I'm like, man, it's for Ryan.
Are there any Easter eggs on it? Because I know Jimmy's hidden some Easter eggs in the past.
He doesn't. Jimmy puts Easter eggs on all of our shit, but he doesn't tell me anything. So I don't know. He told me a couple.
Room. You put 40 hours on it. Maybe there wasn't enough room.
Yeah. Actually, I think because we got the penetration version on the 2-disc Blu-ray set. Mm-hmm. The penetration version's on there. We got all the other normal making ofs and everything else that we could find. So that's what we've been doing is we're archiving his whole collection for the family. That way, when we're done, I can give them his whole catalog back because they have nothing. Nothing. If you're an independent filmmaker, back up your shit. Back up your shit. Because, shit goes bad. Hard drives die. You know, I got like just all my titles. I got like 4 or 5 hard drives in different sections of the country with all my titles, you know, and I'm going to probably put Solomon on like, I already got the DCP for theatrical in 4K, but I'm going to probably put it on Digibeta, high def Digibeta, just because Digibeta tape, that's, you know, yeah, it's not going to go bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it could, but, you know, it's good for at least 20, 30 years. But, yeah, I mean, Marcus Cook's got the problem, too.
Really?
He lost his 100 Tears Masters.
Really?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. I got a Digibeta here. I'm sending it up to Gamma Ray Digital, and they're going to be doing a restoration on it to get it to 1080.
Okay.
And then Marcus will have a 1080 version. But yeah, he lost his hard drive died and this that, and I've had this happen with a bunch of filmmakers. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? So back up your shit, filmmakers.
Or paid a few dollars and just have some cloud service, you know, cloud saving, or
I don't trust the cloud.
Yeah.
You know, I don't trust it. So
it's hard to check the fuck out of a cloud.
Yeah. I mean, I had an editor lose 5 months worth of footage due to stupidity. And it's just like, dude, man.
That's funny.
We started.
That's painful.
Yeah.
Are you laughing at this pain?
I'm laughing at the pain.
Oh no, it was. Oh, believe me. I mean, everybody flipped the fuck out. Tears were shed, you know, and then he's like, okay, I got backups on everything now. I'll be backing up on the cloud. I'll be backing up on here. I'm even going to send an email to me with the backup. And I'm like, now you're doing it?
Oh, that's terrible, man.
About the plot digger stuff, and I know, you know, we've been hearing status updates about, you know, the edit and, you know, where Marcus is with that and everything. But is GB2 Gutterballs 2 going to be the next plot digger release, or where's Hanger in that lineup? Because Hanger's one
Hanger
that
is
one of
That's
my favorites. Yeah.
I'm debating. I think we're going to do Torch next, because Hanger, we got a bunch of shit too. You know, like mini DV tapes and all sorts of other shit.
Oh, so there's a lot of prep.
Yeah. A lot of prep. You know, like live feed. You know, that just went off to the manufacturers, and that'll have fucking about 20 hours worth of extras on that motherfucker.
Oh Jesus. And
yeah, I mean,
you know,
promote,
something I'm going to say about Hanger. Biro, you and I got the chance to work with the star of Hanger, Danny Ellis, and American Guinea Pig Bloodshot, that you wrote and produced and masterminded, and that was awesome. And I love being able to work with, you know, the dude from Gutterballs and Hanger.
Yeah, Dan's a great guy. He disappeared off of Facebook. Sort of sucks. I think he's on Instagram though, but who the fuck's on Instagram? You know,
it's hard to market and like judge your reach on Instagram. I mean, stuff happens, but it's
yeah. You can't, you know,
control over it as I do on Facebook, so I get that.
Yeah. Oh, you ought to see my new recent TikTok video.
Oh,
now one thing I hear from our fans, when we bring them back to trifold cases, man, we love those.
Those are expensive as fuck, man.
Yeah,
they cost me, those motherfuckers cost me $8 to make.
Really?
Okay, yeah, and it's 1,000 of them, because that's the minimum run. And
you mean just the cardboard and plastic glued to it?
Mm-hmm.
And
well,
the
all that, the booklet, all that, yeah, they're like $8 each. So it's like
$8
when it came out with them. No, it's $8 with the discs, you know. And the thing is, like, we started them with Madness of Many and Flowers. Took fucking forever for us to recoup that money, just because they weren't like, you know,
how much
they're indie films.
Because like Atros and Bloodshot.
Bloodshot. Yeah, I love them. Two of my favorites.
Those were a Blu-ray DVD.
Yeah.
And CD one, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's about $8. Yeah.
Okay. So was it the same price for 2 DVD CD? As
It's probably like $650,
Okay.
$7, right?
Yeah.
Because we also threw a CD in for the music and shit, but it takes a while to recoup, and it's like Atros did great, Francesca did good, they're both out of print, Solomon's doing well with it, Bloodshock just got over, the 3-disc cost. Took forever for Flowers.
Did you see all the people rating the guinea pigs in their favorite genre films? And Bloodshot made #1 in a lot of lists.
I know those films, but Marcus gets the kudos for that.
Well, you wrote it.
I know. But,
and I'm gonna break some stuff. I mean, I was on set. I did co-cinematography with Marcus on that. There's some stuff that I saw. There were some things about our schedule where Marcus solely everything in the White Room. For those that don't know it, Marcus shot everything going on in the White Room, and there was some stuff that had to happen simultaneously because of our shooting schedule, because we only had a certain amount of time in that set. And there's a few moments where it was just me and a camera in the doctor's office with Andy Whitten, and then there were some moments where you came in and you gave direction instead of me doing that on a second unit on that stuff. And I know those moments. I see them in the film, and I think it's pretty cool. But
but I'm not going to give myself assistant director credit because that's like bullshit. It's like
I wouldn't say assistant. That would be like a second unit.
I mean, because like with Bloodshock, I wanted Marcus to pay attention to directing. So basically, I got the location. I bought all the costumes. I bought all the fucking props. Fucking da-da-da-da-da. Help with the effects, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to give myself costume designer credit.
I went to the store with you to pick out underwear. I want...
yeah. We had such a hard
assistant-
time finding granny panties.
Yeah, I want assistant underwear selector.
Yeah.
I need this.
You want that on IMDb, right?
I'm updating our contract, Biro, and I want assistant underwear selector.
Well, you have your lawyer talk to my lawyer. And fucking this.
Your lawyers are shrewd.
Man, fucking Nick.
They're hard to get a leg up on, I'll tell you.
Now speaking of those special boxes, do you have anything special in mind for Serbian film?
Trying to figure that out. Because we're done with the color correction, done with the sound, on the extended cut. Trying to figure out what to do, because the thing is, originally I was going to just put out Serbian film, uncut, blah, 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 throw in a couple little extras, and then go with the Baham Mama, because everybody wants the extended cut.
Yeah.
And so I got to figure out what the fuck I'm doing, because I'm still editing the documentary. I've been having a hard time finding a Serbian translator. And Serjan in Serbia, he's been slow as fuck. Yeah, he's busy, and it's just like, I need this translated. So I think I found a place that can do it. So that's been sort of like holding me up on the dock, just because I'm editing it.
Now, are you thinking of putting 2 cuts of the film together on the special edition, or is it just
that's what I'm thinking of doing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing.
So with the 2 cuts, obviously it's going to be the ultimate extended version that you're working on. Would the other cut be like the longest unedited previous cut, like on the Swedish release, or would it be like the Invincible release uncut?
Well, they're both the same. They're full uncut. I mean, uncut. The unrated version is cut by 45 seconds from Invincible.
I guess that's what I meant to say. Sorry, the unrated.
Yeah. I mean, I'm debating on taking all the different fucking cuts from all over and putting them in the Ultimate Edition, just to be like,
that would be
here,
awesome.
fuck it. Yeah, just like, hey, this is...
No, and I love that. I love studying different edits of films together.
Yeah, I mean, the BBC cut is horrendous. It's cut by 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. And some of the cuts, they're just hard cuts.
Oh, really?
You know, they didn't fucking, like, you know, do what we're doing.
They just took the chunk out.
Now, can you tell us a little bit how you came about the Serbian film? Because me and Steven talked about this before. That had to seem like a title that even some you know, slightly bigger companies like Arrow or Severn would be interested in doing. How did you come about getting it?
I met Serjan at because the thing is, I've known Serbian film. I got a screener before it showed at Cannes.
Okay.
And watched it, was like, oh, motherfucker. But I got outbid. You know, I got outbid. They sold it to Invincible, who we just sued and won. Because they weren't paying royalties and shit, so we sued them.
Okay.
So, yeah. And I met Serjan at a convention here in L.A. It was the Days of the Dead here in L.A. And he was an unannounced guest. And he was there, and I was like, hey, motherfucker. I'm like, man, I loved your movie, and we almost put it out, but I got outbid. And he's like, oh, I wish you would have put it out. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, you like cigars? I'm like, yes, I do. And boom, couple cigars later and some Jägermeister, deal was set. So we got it for worldwide, and actually, I'm in the middle of fucking getting ready to sue another company in Germany for fucking stealing the movie.
Oh, I've heard about that.
No, that was a straight.
Yeah.
They just like got
they hit us up. They hit us up, right? And said, hey, we want this extended cut. And they were like, okay. And so worked out a contract. The guy gave us $1,500 as a deposit. And then he starts putting it out. He sold it to a company in Germany, a cut version. They put it out. He put it out in the 3-disc version with the soundtrack he didn't own. And he put a cut version of that out, so he made money off of that. Then he just sold it to a couple other fucking companies. And all he did was just rip the fucking Swedish Blu-ray off. He doesn't have any fucking master materials. And we're like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? So I'm selling it to another company, a rather big company in Germany. But this little motherfucker has gotten like over $100,000 selling it behind our back. And we're like, motherfucker. So we got lawyers involved, and fucking we're sending cease and desist out to everybody, because there's a steelbook coming out that, you know, the company in Germany, you know, we hit up with the cease and desist. They're like, oh, hey, what the fuck is this? And we're like, bitch doesn't own it. The fuck? And they didn't know, you know?
Yeah, they had no idea.
So, yeah, they have no fucking idea. So, you know, right now I got a lawyer in Hungary going after the manufacturer. I got a lawyer in Germany. Oh, Jesus. Fucking... We'll probably make some money.
Since you mentioned Hungary, I'm going to step in here. This is a little bit of Biro trivia, which also goes into Nemeth trivia here. But I'm Hungarian, and we've been speculating what you are, but your surname is Hungarian.
Yes.
And it means judge in Hungarian.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So when they see that Biro versus, they will already side with you because you are the judge.
Yeah, I'm 30% Hungarian, 70% German. Biro is the actual how you pronounce my last name. Yep. I didn't know that because they changed it to Biro because it sounded more American. Go.
Nemeth. And
so, but yeah, I found out that both sides of the family from Germany are both royalty. fucking, I got like coats of arms for both. And the shitty thing is that the German side, Beckerich, which is my mom's side, motherfuckers are royalty. They came over here during World War II, and they own fucking skyscrapers in Manhattan. And I'm like, why the fuck are we living in this trailer park? What the fuck's going on? There's a lower part.
The ironic part, you built it. You're like American royalty now because you started as a bootlegger, and now you have an empire just like a Kennedy.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, Jesus.
a little bit of other trivia. My last name means from Germany in Hungarian, in Magyar, and the H on the end, because the name is actually ends in a T, and the H is like saying like von. Or it's the it like adds a lord class or like a royalty class on it.
Oh, so you're royalty too. So I'm
a descendant of the Arpad dynasty as well, but I'm not sure.
Fetch us some tea, peon.
I'm not sure about the whole the German connection thing there. So
now do you I know everybody's clamoring for this. Have you made any timetable yet for a Serbian film? Because people have been bugging you for 3 years over it.
Yeah. We just got to add some end credits, for everybody that worked on the version we just finished. And I'm selling it to, like I said, to this company in Germany who's going to squash that other motherfucker who's ripping us off. And I'm trying to get it to them as fast as possible. So. I want this motherfucker done and on the shelves it takes me 6 months when I have a finished title, fucking submit the artwork, synopsis, for the distribution, and it takes 6 months before it hits the release date.
Really?
So I want fucking Serbian film done within 2 months because I got to give the shit to the company in Germany so we can try and put it out at the same time. That way we're both like promoting ourselves. Right?
Yeah.
You mean 2 months from now?
No, it'd be 2 months and 6 months worth of pre-sale. So we're looking at probably 8 months, 9 months
from now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first quarter next year.
So like February, March, 2021.
Yeah. That's the plan. That's the motherfucking plan. That's the fact, Jack.
Since we're just talking, time and release, and we asked about Hanger as well. For you got 2 new titles announced on Too Extreme for Mainstream, right?
Yeah.
House of Flesh Mannequins from Demiziano Cristofaro, and 29 Needles from Scott Philip Gergens.
Well, we had on the show.
We've had him on. And we watched.
Oh, that's cool.
Watched 29 Needles, and
what the fuck?
Too extreme for the motherfucking mainstream, man.
Yeah, my wife walked in on it and she left me.
Well, yeah, I could definitely see that.
my wife still jokes.
I watched it with my wife. She was there, and it was. She didn't leave me.
She was a little turned on. Your wife's fetishes are a little different than mine.
No, that one. I mean, that one. It's been on hold a little bit just because the damn COVID thing going on. So the one manufacturer, I think I can sneak it in to get Blu-rays made. Yeah, they were closed for a long time, and they're back to open. They got a skeleton crew and whatnot. So yeah, so that'll probably be. We're doing House of Flesh Mannequins first, which is the unrated version and stuff, and then we're doing 29 Needles and then Expiation.
Oh, so another Demiziano.
Yeah, another Demiziano, right? The guy just cranks them out.
What?
Yeah. Scott was asking me because he knew I had you coming on. If he had any idea on a pre-order for 29 Needles, because he's chomping at the bit.
Oh no, I know he wants it out there, but takes time.
Yes.
There's other titles that were in front of you before you signed on.
Have
So we gotta get those out.
Submitted yet?
Oh God, no. We haven't done we haven't done the authoring for it yet. So yeah, and the distributors are, they saw House of Flesh Mannequins. They're like, oh fuck no, we're gonna get in trouble. So you put this
29
out.
Needles, though.
Oh yeah, no. There's no. I'm not even gonna get offered. It's like no. There's no. I mean, I my stomach was turning watching that thing.
Yeah,
I'm just like, what the fuck?
Who've seen
Damn it,
Triple X
Scott.
people? Who've seen that? This goes even further than that.
Yeah. I mean, and everybody's. Luckily for me, everybody's like, Scott, the only person who can release this is Steve Biro at Unearthed.
Yeah.
Hit him up.
Yeah,
and I watched it, and I'm like, oh shit, and he had other horror companies turn it down, and everybody's trying to play the, oh no, we're the sickest horror company around. It's like, bitch, hold my beer.
Now the too extreme for mainstream is people are thinking it's going in a certain direction, Stephen. And I know I've talked to you. That's not the purpose for it to be.
Yeah, it's not the purpose, but
to be more of gay-centric horror. It just kind of happened to be that way so far.
Yeah. It's just it's just happening naturally.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh no. I mean, we released Torment, and people shit their pants, and they didn't understand. And it's like, what do you mean, dude? Gacy was raping fucking teenage boys. Yeah. And men. So what did you think, there was going to be any women in it? What the hell, guys? That's part of the fear. Is man rape. That's some scary shit, and everybody loves, they'll watch I Spit on Your Grave, Rape Squad, fucking Miss 45, they'll watch that shit till the cow come home, but man rape, man on man, forcible rape is a little bit darker for me.
Forcible rape.
It's a lot more.
Wait, hold on. I gotta ask this question. Forcible rape in versus it's okay rape.
Yeah, well,
hold on.
Well, some rapes are more forcible than others.
Okay, we'll give you that.
Yeah, and if you're going man on man with a straight guy, you have to have a lot of force.
Yeah. I don't know.
Joe Exotic didn't have that much trouble.
Yeah, well, he had meth. Joe Exotic.
Yeah, that helps. It's like, I was totally straight when I met Joe Exotic, but his meth was so delicious. Yeah, so, but I mean, yeah, it's nowadays, I mean, you got all these female directors jumping out of the woodwork now.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, yeah, women in horror and stuff. I know so many women that hate that.
Oh, I don't think
they think it's all bullshit.
I don't think it's a good title. I think that
well, it's like this. It's like you throw a ball well for a girl. That's just bullshit.
They just want to be. I think that was a better analogy than I would have just made up off the cuff.
Yeah,
I was about to just come up with something, and it was probably going to be terrible.
Me personally, I didn't think the only reason. I mean, there are female directors, and Near Dark was one, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Catherine Bigelow. She also did 30.
Boxing Helena.
Well, we did a whole show, and we did a whole
Unchained.
show on Jennifer Kent as well, who did Nightingale. That's an extreme fucking film.
Right. Yeah. I mean, a woman did Green Elephant in Russia.
Yeah.
But you see, for me, I thought the only reason I thought that there wasn't a lot of female filmmakers was because I thought they were smarter than us guys. Just because most people lose their asses making a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, they lose their fucking ass. And I mean, 95% of all movies don't make their budget back. And we're talking all movies, right? Not like a Netflix thing, but like, you know, independent companies and shit.
Superman 4, Critters 3.
Yeah, but you know, so I always just thought that they were just smarter than us, and they didn't want to get into a terrible bad business decision.
They didn't want to work their ass off to lose money.
Yeah. You know, because it's when I talk to my filmmakers, I'm like, look, we'll put your movie out. You're not going to be famous. You're not going to get rich. And and I'm like, man, here's the reality of the situation you're in. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. So here's a shit sandwich.
Is that one of the hardest? Is that one of the hardest parts of the jobs, being a distributor, that, you know, you actually have to come with some reality to people who might not want to see it?
Yeah. You know, that's why I'm always brutally honest. You know, and I mean, they you know, when I see the same filmmaker I told that to, you know, a year or two later, they're like, oh, dude, yeah, you were so fucking right. I'm like, I told you. I'm like, you know. You gotta bust your ass in that, unless you got some nepotism going on.
Yeah.
That's you know, there's a lot out here, a lot of nepotism. If you have money to pay for an agent and a manager, because you got to do that, yeah, you'll get work. That's how a lot of these motherfuckers out here get that. A lot of people are out here are trust fund kids.
I have a friend who is a agent. And he actually used to, he represented George A. Romero. And he represents a whole other bunch of big names, like Tracy Lords and stuff. And he just recently was talking about that he pushes talent, and they suck. Like, it's people he represents, and they won't even put forth the effort to come good on all the hype he's pushing for them. And not talking about, like, you know, they couldn't do it. Like, they don't even put forth the effort. You know?
Yeah. Everybody wants shit handed to them on a golden platter, and you got to bust your fucking ass. Yeah,
they're getting work, and then they don't fulfill. And he's like, damn it, why don't you make me look good because I got you this work?
Right. Yeah. No,
now,
I mean,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah. No, you go ahead, kind sir.
Has moving to LA benefited Unearthed?
Dramatic pause.
Not really.
No.
I mean, I worked with Surjan when he was out here quite a bit, you know, and I mean, you know, had dinner with fucking Yuzna and fucking gone to some parties and blah blah blah. And I mean, people know who I am. The thing is, I'm self-contained.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need a distributor. I don't need an international sales rep because we do that ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, I can make movies. I don't know. Now, the thing is, I know a lot of the indie guys here in LA.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're just barfing out crap that just sucks balls. I don't know. I know they're not making any motherfucking money, and I'm just like, how in the fuck are you doing this? But you know, it's a lot of trust fund kids out here, because you have to be independent wealthy to be like, oh yeah, hey, I don't have to. I'm going to act in this movie for 2 months or a month. You know, you can't really do that with a normal job. You know, so it's like, yeah. I'm finding out here a lot of trust fund kids, sex pets, and you know, and I'm like, how? I'm like, what do you do? You don't do anything. What the fuck are you doing? And yeah. So it's a shame.
Well, I'm a sex pet. That's what I'm doing.
I'm a sex pet.
I got a lot of free time when I'm not being a sex pet.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know.
Although I have to dedicate, you know, you got to feed the monkey.
Yeah, I mean, I met one guy out here, right? He's got a smoking hot fucking wife. Guy looks like a Cro-Magnon. And talking to him, and I'm like, so what do you do? And he's like, oh, I'm a writer. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So you make a living off that? And yeah, I looked him up, and yeah, I had one book, and it's such a fucked up book to where I'm like, you didn't make any money off of that. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, Yeah. Trust fund.
So
Trust fund.
So talking about like losing your ass on being a content creator and all the effort and money it goes into produce from scratch, you know, to get into the game to even get it distributed. Now you're already a distributor, and then you know we've already talked in the old episodes about your start and how Unearthed began. But
Right.
we didn't really start talking about how Unearthed moved into being a production house, not just a distributor. So why was it just the fact that you could self-distribute? Is that how Philosophy of a Knife started?
Yeah. I found Andre early on with Nails and Visions of Suffering. I gave him like an extra $2,000 to pad out Visions of Suffering to where it's a full-length feature.
Yeah.
And the guy was cool, you know, and everything's good. And then we worked on Philosophy of a Knife, and, you know, and I paid him the budget. But, oh, man, that's when, you know, the ego got too big and fucking, you know, gave us a movie that's 4.5 hours long, fucking 25 minutes worth of falling snow and shit. And we're like, we had film festivals wanting to show it, but they're like, that's 4.5 motherfucking hours. And we were going to cut it. And then he thought that we sold millions of copies and shit. And I'm like, dude, I don't owe you any money because I got to recoup, you know, the money and the deal that we did. And yeah, the guy just went nuts. And he sent some of his, and it wasn't, guy went nuts. I deal with nuts. I deal with a lot of nuts because, you know, yeah. So yeah, I started with Philosophy, but that fucking turned into a fucking big headache. And then I wrote the screenplay for Society 2, and I was going to have Richard Stanley direct it, and Yuzna was involved, and then that company went out of business. Then we sold the rights to the script again, and I wrote another script, $1 million budget, and then that company went out of business. and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to write my own fucking books and shit. And then, you know, I got divorced. I was working on Bubba the Redneck Werewolf, and the comic book creator, Mitch Hyman, he went fucking nuts. One minute.
And before that got a release, you also executive produced Jim Van Bever's Gator Green.
Oh yeah, that was the first one. And the cool thing is you know, we're making it. I actually made the body that got eaten by the gators. Mm-hmm. Marcus made the mold. I fucking filled it with gel, painted it, filled it with guts, this and that. And yeah. And the thing is, I know Jim's not going to listen to this, but Jim was just crazy drunk on set. And I'm like, and so I'm watching everything, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. Okay, fuck it. I'm going to do this. Fuck yeah, I'm going to do this. And, you know, got divorced and got a little money out of that. Then the Bubba the Redneck Werewolf guy, he paid me off for the script. So I took that and said, fuck it. And I was living with Marcus, and I'm like, hey, you up to make a guinea pig? I think I can get the rights from Japan. He's like, fuck yeah. And then boom. And, you know, so that was a nice deal, you know.
And to go back, I remember a time when we were doing a show with Marcus, and Marcus is like, hey, man, I got this fucked up roommate. You want to talk to him?
Mm-hmm.
Enter Stephen Biro, which ended up becoming a friendship and you know a colleague.
And I wrote Dead Baby Cookbooks. Oop.
Unearthed and everything. Sorry, my mic unplugged. I knew of Unearthed and everything, but the you know, that was the introduction. It was like, hey, talk to my fucked up roommate.
Well, that's you know, yeah.
And damn, was he right?
Man, was he right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't. Trailer Park White Trash.
You always have to live with an FX artist, huh?
Yeah. It helps. I mean, we're working on a Alien Guinea Pig.
Scare me, dude. Like I'm on the phone with you, and you're like, hey, hold on, my roommate. And I'm like, you didn't say Jeremy? I know fucking Jeremy, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck is he living with? David was asking me. He's like, oh, he's got a roommate. Who the fuck's he living? I don't know, some guy.
Some guy.
I didn't know. Shit.
Not half a toe tag.
Yeah. I live with half a toe tag. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So we're working on an alien movie. You know, me and him. So I'm gonna have him direct it. Extermination Experiment.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is that going to be part of the American Guinea Pig series or something on its own?
Part of the American Guinea Pig. I want to get Jeremy solidified in the guinea pig history.
Okay. Is Jeremy moving into directing, or is that going to be your duty?
Oh well, that's the thing. He directed like a bunch of the toe tag stuff.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, so I'm having him direct it. You know, he's directed some short films, and you know, yeah. And it always you want the effects guy to be the director, at least from my standpoint. Why? Because the director usually gets all the fucking kudos, usually, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, hooked up Marcus, and I might, you know, maybe, I don't know. It's I'll see if he wants to make another guinea pig or not. I mean, they tell me they do. You know, I see him on Facebook, and I think it was like, fuck all you bitches, I'm only doing this shit myself. so we'll see. But Jessie, his wife, she's got this great fucking idea, and she's got a great location. So hopefully they're still wanting to do that shit. You know, I mean, artists, you got to deal with them. You know, and plus, you know, with everything that I do, you know, I'm always trying to find new talent. I'm trying to push them. And you know, and the thing is, I get filmmakers who hand me a film and they fucking disappear.
Really?
No help with the promotion, no this and that, and I'm like, dude, where the fuck you go?
That's the story of a lot of actors. I know a lot of my friends can't get their actors.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's Jessica Cameron is amazing because she was pushing and promoting just as hard as we were for Song of Solomon. So that was amazing. And then I had one actor, David McMahon. He's the guy who, you know, gives birth to the Antichrist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking. I tag him and shit. He never shared a fucking thing. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? You're fucking. You're. The fuck you doing? Share something, you son of a bitch. and then luckily, I forgot to put his interview on the Song of Solomon 3-disc set. I forgot to by accident. It went up the line. It just didn't make it on the DVD. And he like calls me up crying, "Hey, my interview's not on the disc." And I'm like, "Hey, you should have fucking promoted the damn movie, you little fucking dork."
Well, it's funny because doing this, you have, you know, even sometimes you have a director on and they come on to help, you know, to promote their film. And then they never share the podcast. It was like you just came on just to hang out with us for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, let me know when it's live. I'll share it. And as soon as
we'll hit Susie up too.
Yeah, we share everything. And the stupid thing is that sometimes people do this stuff and they'll do like interviews or reviews or anything, and they won't tag me, so I don't know. And I'm like, dude, you bring up my name like 10 times in this. What the fuck? Tag me so I can share it. I'm like, this was last year. What are you doing?
Well, Unearthed's always good at sharing that stuff. You know, just going to the Unearthed page and, you know, you guys share that stuff.
Yeah, I even share the fucked up memes I find myself in all the time.
I also want to thank you for not opting out of your reminders for the show.
Oh. Well, I think I saw one post, "We're going live in 30 minutes," or whatever the hell we're doing. I was like, I don't have to like that.
Did you see what you had to text back to opt out?
No.
He doesn't read your text, Steven.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't.
Fucking made it up show.
I'm like, who the hell texted me fucking 6 times today? The fuck? I'm like, oh, it's that Nemeth guy.
Nemeth.
Nemeth. So yeah, so I mean, yeah. I mean, there's so much shit going on, and it's all good. And I hope to work again with Marcus, and I got a couple other guys that are doing stuff.
I have a question. How did Sacrifice become part of the American Guinea Pig series? Because that seems like the outlier where you didn't really have much to do with it besides the distro part.
It's an Italian guinea pig.
An Italian guinea pig.
Yeah, well,
I know this story, so I'm just gonna be silent and let Steven.
Yeah. Well, I had to threaten Demiziano, because suddenly I hear something called "like a guinea pig, sacrifice,"
Like a guinea
and I'm
pig.
like a guiney pig, and I hit him up. I'm like, hey, the fuck you doing? Don't be stepping on my toes like a guinea pig. Oh, you cannot. It's like a guinea pig, and I'm like, dude, what the?
Well,
Stop.
you'll find out about like a lawsuit.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck, you know? And then the other people in Italy go, oh, dude, no, that's Steve Biro. Yeah, don't do it like a guinea pig. That's, don't do that. So he's like, okay, he took it off, and then he hits me up. He's like, since you are the father of guinea pig, he's like, here, watch this. And I was like, motherfucker. I was like, lot of dick mutilation.
Yeah.
mixed with other mutilation. I'm like, that's good stuff. And I'm like, yeah, and then I offered to buy it outright. And he's been making movies for quite a bit of time. And the cool thing was he was for it. He was like, I think this will work because this will help grow my brand. You'll be pushing and promoting us pretty hard. He's like, and then I'm this and that. And so we did that, and boom, that's exactly what happened. Guy's chugging out movies left and right now, and now he's known in the horror world, when before he wasn't. So it was good for both of us. It got me another movie for the Guinea Pig series, and yeah.
Yeah, and he's been kind of the anchor for the Too Extreme side of the business.
Yeah,
just
because there's a lot of sex in this shit.
Red Crocodile. So yeah, he's been pumping them out.
Yeah, and so it's been good. He's a great guy, so we're both making money off of each other, so that's nice, Well,
I have to tell you, in the XXX deep web,
mm-hmm.
The anal fisting death is one of the few things in the last few years that made me clutch my pearls.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's you clutched your pearls and I clutched my anal beads.
and I told my wife about it. She didn't see it. I told her about it. She's like, "Well, there's no way his hand can come out of his mouth," because she's in the medical field. I'm like, "You're being way too literal."
Wait a minute. Yeah. Those were anal beads? I thought those were rosaries.
Those are rosaries, anal beads, same thing.
Yeah. So I
gotta wash my hands now.
Yeah. So with the Too Extreme for mainstream, shit's gonna be fucked up. So that's cool, and and we're working on doing probably some more special editions only available through us.
I think that should have been the title for that subline, is Unearthed Films. This shit is going to be fucked up somewhere.
That should be the name. Yeah. Shit's going to be fucked. Well, yeah, because we're the normal extreme horror company. I mean, that's the weird thing. It's like we've carved our niche in the horror industry.
Well, I was thinking that, Too Extreme for the mainstream, and Atroce is not in there. So Atroce is mainstream. And then we have Torment.
Yeah. I mean, that was,
Well, your whole thing kind of started with the, your origins were in Asian horror.
Yeah.
Right? And what was the first title that stepped out of Asian horror?
From us?
Yeah.
I think it was Junk. No, it was the Guinea Pigs. It was Guinea Pigs. 1, 2, 3, 4. then
That's Asian horror.
yeah. So we started off with
What was
Guinea
the
Pig.
first non-Asian horror?
Oh, Boy Meets Girl. Boy Meets Girl.
Where was Rock and Roll in your lineup?
It was after the box set and Aftermath.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Which
So we got ripped off hard on that one.
I mean, yeah, that film has a bit of history. I could see people trying to.
Yeah, it's hurt everybody.
I love that y'all put the effort into what you did with it, because the Blu-ray is the highlight of my cool subversive 80s animation, that isn't Japanese or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we spent it was a $20,000 restoration job on that fucker.
I think it's a jewel of unearthed too. I mean, there's it's in my top unearthed, definitely. Not saying it's the best thing y'all have done, but it's definitely a contender for some of the most notable things you've done.
Well, wait till you guys get your hands on the Profane exhibit.
Yeah.
That's been a thing.
We're waiting.
I know. It's we got to do.
We're waiting.
I know. It's actually, I'm waiting on a contract to be signed by one of the actors. Yeah. One of the big name, the only big name actor in it that's SAG. Got to get her to sign off on it. So we got to bribe him, I think.
What is the do you have any idea what is going on with the original Guinea Pig rights now? Is that something that's just still out there, or you still have some?
Oh no, it's still we deal with that company all the time. In fact, we just bought Evil Dead Trap, the first one, and it's the same company that owns Guinea Pig. They just don't want it. They just don't want it out.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're doing the first one?
Yeah, we're doing the first one.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, all new transfer, da.
Because I need a better version of that. So good, all new transfer.
Is the Guinea Pig series to them just something that they just want to kind of clean their hands of, or?
Yeah. Because the child rapist murder. They blamed that was. But the thing is, it was he actually. They said he did a guinea pig thing on him, but they just blamed it on that series. But the guy was like purely into that fucked up hentai and shit.
Okay.
So but the news focused on the guinea pig thing
because it was such an
blew it out of
name.
Yeah.
The producers are sensitive about it.
Yeah. So they're like, we were lucky we sold it to Devil Pictures in Germany, and the couple of legit deals that we did. But yeah, then they're like, okay, no more. They're like, nope, no more.
So do you think that's something that will probably never see the light of day again?
No, I mean, we'll ask them again. I mean, I think we ask them once a year.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there's a bunch of movies. I mean, yeah, that's the thing, because we also do international sales for a lot of people, right? And the shitty thing is that we sell them to Arrow and Scream Factory and Shout and this and that. We're handling right now Dog Soldiers, Cemetery Man, and what the fuck else was there? Oh, Alligator.
We got to see Cemetery Man.
Steven, what? And if it's something you can mention on the show, I'm just.
Can you hold that one? I just want to tell Steven the story and he would appreciate this. So we had I had a chance to speak to Charlie Sheen. This was years ago. I was doing a show called Dramatic Cinematic, and we were interviewing one of the guys who was in Return of the Living Dead. He played the punk rock guy, if you remember that movie. Well, they're all punk rocks, but he was kind of
the guy with the mohawk. Right?
Yeah, the guy with the mohawk. Turns out that he was an acting coach on Arrested Development, the TV show that Charlie Sheen was doing. So he was like, hey, do you want to speak to Charlie Sheen? and we're thinking he's pulling our leg. So Charlie Sheen comes on the show, and my co-host freezes up. He can't say anything. He's just awestruck. The thing that I think to ask Charlie Sheen is the story about Guinea Pig. Just telling you where my mind is. And most people thought it was, they didn't know if it was a myth, urban legend, or if Charlie Sheen, the whole thing with him and Guinea Pig and FBI. So I asked Charlie Sheen about this, and he admitted that it was a real story, that he did call the FBI after seeing Guinea Pig 2. I just wanted to pass that along to you.
Oh yeah, no, I knew it was real. I knew it was real.
He didn't know the name of the film. He did not know the name of the film. Said the FBI never got back to him. And he said, I told him the name of the film. He said he'd never heard the name of it before.
I mean, hold on a second. He got the tape from Chaz Band, right?
No. Chaz Balin made a party tape for Chris Gore. Chris Gore gave it to Sheen.
That's right.
Sheen watched that. Sheen called the FBI, and he also he did give it to the MPAA. And they are the ones who tried to keep like going, oh my god, and so but they're like, no, that's fake, man. The fuck.
Steven, what were you about to say before I went into that long diatribe?
I don't remember. it was something about
Cemetery Man.
Yes. Yeah.
About what?
Cemetery Man. And
Cemetery
else.
Man. Yeah, we're handling that for international, and Alligator, Dog Soldiers. I mean, we handle Reanimator, Brain Damage, Society, all of Usena's films. We handle a lot of stuff for a lot of people. So man, fucking the other companies are willing to, fuck.
Dog Soldiers, it has a definitely kind of like a mainstream or like right a hair below mainstream following.
Yeah.
Let's take Brain Damage, for example, because that's a known title to us old school guys, but it's not quite the name that gets the Halloween Friday the 13th crowd,
right.
Texas Massacre crowd wet. So that's a title that you have access to, you can negotiate for, you can sell it off and get a piece of the action. What is the hesitation for it being unearthed? Like you told me, because I know who Paul is and everything, and what's going on behind the scenes and what he's been involved in, and the push for going ahead and handling those bigger names in the past that you've been handing off, or getting a cut of the action as you hand it off to different companies. Is it the initial investment and how big the run needs to be to handle something like that? Or why did you hesitate? Why is Brain Damage not in Unearthed's hands?
Because Arrow bought it for both UK and US. So that's two territories at once. And that's what they do. I mean, we don't have a UK arm.
But y'all were involved in that.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So why didn't you just handle it yourself instead
make
of
an all-region Blu-ray or?
Well, shipping to the UK is expensive and da da da. You got to sell it to every to each territory in a different company, because how are we going to advertise in the UK? Yeah. So it's like, you're better off selling it to another territory, another company that lives there, knows what they're doing and whatnot. And the thing is, sometimes we have money, sometimes we don't. And sometimes it's easier to sell something for $50,000 to another company and pocket our agent commission than it is for us to cough up the $50,000 for it.
Something like Cemetery Man, wouldn't you see that as like, something that's bring residual business to
$120,000.
And then you've got that one piece of the pie that is not in the same mindset as everybody else, right?
Yeah, I mean, some of these the other companies are way bigger than us. like some have like 5 owners, 6 owners. some people have money, and they got a machine to fucking feed, you know, and it's like, you know, they got to keep, you know, put out, you know, like Arrow, they try to have one key every month and then a bunch of lower titles that, you know, not many people give a fuck about. But some people do, you know. I'm actually surprised at the shit fucking people are buying from the other companies, and I'm like, I wouldn't touch that for 10-foot pole. I passed on that. Who the fuck's buying this shit?
Well, hey, they
I'm
put
like,
a nice slipcover on it, and these motherfuckers are buying it.
I'm like, what the fuck? It's, I mean, I'm always confused.
I'll tell you right now, Severin put slipcovers on some Fulci films I already own. And I'm, you know, spending hours trying to get on the website to buy the shit. And, you know, just resorted to emailing them for something that is a bundle limited to 100 that I probably...
I know, but it's I saw a meme that I laughed at. You know, DDoS attack.
Oh, no.
Fucking fan wanting subpar Fulci films.
That was mine.
And I'm like, I'm like, that's, you know, I could have had Demonia a long time ago, but I'm like, how much is, I'm like, so I don't know. I mean, I don't fucking know.
And they're only doing a 1,500 run, so it's like,
or is it?
Where's the money?
It's 600
for
the limited edition.
I mean, that's
for the standard.
I mean, that's all. But I know they'll have the normal version come out or something, or I don't know what the fuck they're doing, really. I mean, I need to have dinner with David Gregory and pick his head, because I know he wants to pick, you know. Last time I met him, he just kept staring at me across from his desk. I don't know how you do it.
He doesn't know.
And I'm like, what? He's like, I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he wouldn't tell me. But, you know, me and Paul were sitting there, and 15 minutes go by, we're still chatting, because, you know, we had them do the scanning for Nightwish and shit for us, right?
Yeah.
And then Dave stops and he looks at me. He's like, I don't know how you do it. I'm like, what the? Maybe he knows I'm a one-man show. Yeah. So, you know, maybe that's it. You know, I know he's got a bunch of helpers and stuff, and I know a bunch of those, you know, other companies too. But yeah, everybody's fucking the wagon train is fucking circling us, and we're holding Cemetery Man. And yeah, offers are fucking over 100,000, and I'm just like, dude, we need to put this out. And
I would think Arrow would be all over that.
And they're all Shout, Arrow, now Vinegar. Everybody's circling, and I'm just like, where?
Oh, could you imagine Vinegar Syndrome putting that out, Steven?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I was going after Rad myself. Jason Schwartzman's agent would not get back to us because I guess they're already doing a deal with the Vinegar.
Yeah,
from what I understand, they only have it for
copies in like 3 days.
Yeah, and I think they only had the rights supposedly for a year, or maybe they did a deal to where it's like, okay, this is how many we're going to make. This is how much we're going to pay you.
It seems like they're just doing the 12,000 copies and they already sold out.
Oh, okay. Then it was probably one of those. I think some of these companies are hitting the people up and saying, hey, look, we want to put out a special edition. We'll only do like 1,500, 2,000 copies. That way you can still sell it. And, you know, let us just pay you this.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're doing. I mean, personally, I like to keep shit in my library.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, I got a couple stinkers in my library. Not many though. Not many.
What is your favorite? What is your favorite Unearthed film? That you didn't direct
or produce.
I would say Aftermath, but we just made the announcement for Untold Story, and I got Promudos. I mean, for me, probably Untold Story because it's coming up. Because I love that motherfucking film.
Untold Story is something that I got on Tai Sing VHS, and I showed all my friends back in the day. And actually, I think I even had like a May Ah like VCD of it too. And then shit, what was the other one you just mentioned?
Promudos.
Yeah, I mean that DVD was awesome, and like the English dubbing was so fucked up in it, and like the German was better, but my old copy does not have subtitles on the German dubbing.
I know, they fucked up. There was no English subtitles for the German language.
I mean,
so you got stuck fucking watching that shit with the bad dubbing.
And it's not like Andreas Schnoss, where like Zombie 7, what the fuck was that movie called?
Zombie 90 Pestilence.
Zombie 90 Extreme Pestilence. That movie has the most like whacked out, bizarro, fucking fun ass, entertaining as shit, horrible dubbing, but it works and it is so great. But not so much for Primitos, Lord of the Living Dead.
I've seen, because we made the announcement just on the secret group page, right? And yeah, everybody's like, dude, you're going to have that terrible dubbing? I hope so. And I'm like, yeah, I think so. I found out it's on the German release of it. Yeah, it's got the English dubbing on the theatrical. It's just, we're getting an uncut version, so it'll be 5 minutes longer. You know, more gore and shit.
Yeah.
So that should be exciting. The artwork's phenomenal. It always had shit. Phenomenal. It always had shit artwork, you know. So I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the cool thing is, you know, like everything from the Unearthed Library is really curated for my personal taste. And I like fucked up shit, and people like fucked up shit. So I mean, it's sort of funny because when I go to these parties out here in LA, and they're horror parties, and I'm talking to everybody, and they all know who I am. And it's like, it's sort of like they give me a brief. They like, you know, it's like, oh, okay, don't talk to that guy. He's yeah, no. They'll kill your fucking mainstream career, because everybody's out here chasing mainstream and shit. And I'm like, everybody I know is chasing mainstream. I'm like, nope. I'll sit right here. I'll be the fucking guy. I'll be this guy. And now I am this guy.
Now, speaking of uncut, going back to the Serbian film, me and Steven has talked about this before, because like, what does Surgeon not show? Is there extra gore in this, or is it going to be extra to the story? Or?
Little bit of everything.
Okay.
Extra story, extra scenes.
Because it doesn't seem like he held back.
yeah, he didn't. Well, no, he didn't hold back. That's the thing, you know. Little extra. There's a little extra to the baby scene.
Okay.
Little extra nudity, a little extra this, a little extra that. Some added to this, some adding to that. You know, it's like, because when I went through all the footage, because he gave me all the fucking footage, you know, and I'm like, hey man, like, hey, there's some stuff that's not in the movie that's here. He's like, oh, well, he's like, I prefer this. And I'm like, yes, but let's get people excited. I'm like, you know, because they don't know what the fuck is extra. And I'm like, so let's fucking wrap it up, you know? And so, and that took quite a bit of time, because I had an editor who fucking lost it all. And we started re-editing it again. Fucking guy flips out. And then we just, you know, threw out whatever the fuck he did and just went with, you know, my guy who edited Solomon. So we re-edited it, you know, and pretty cool, you know. It's ready. It's ready to go. Just got to add a couple little credits at the end, which I will be executive producer now.
Nice.
Ah,
Ha!
Yes, I just sneaked into executive producer role on the Serbian extended cut.
Now the documentary, is that going to be its own release, or is that going to be?
Yeah, that's going to be its own release. We're hoping to do a film festival run with it and this and that, you know.
So is there going to be a shorter cut for film festivals?
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, right now I got like I got a 3 hour and 45-minute edit. And I got a 4.5 hour edit. And Surjan wasn't, moving ahead. So I'm like, dude, fuck it. I'm editing this stuff myself. So I edited some more. So it's 3 hours, 45 minutes. Gave it to Surjan. He's like, oh, there's some cuts where it's like only like 3 seconds. And I'm like, there's so much shit, dude. You guys had 70 hours worth of fucking shit. And we got to pull out like another, what are we going to pull out? Fucking another 2 hours to get it to 1 hour and 45? And even then, I got interviews with the whole cast and crew in Serbia. Everybody speaks English. So I got to cut this fucking thing down and probably have like an hour worth of all the behind the scenes shit, and then mixed in with the interviews. So yeah, so I'm thinking, because right now it's we're fixing the Untold Story audio, then we're finishing up the damn Serbian extended, then we're working on the fucking Profane, finish that motherfucker, because all it needs is like new title cards, and it's missing some sound effects. Not a lot, right? But the idea is Untold, finish this, Serbian extended, finish that motherfucker, and have that done within a month. Then fucking Profane, I figure will probably take us about a month of just full-on work to finish that motherfucker. Then it's back to the documentary.
Now, I was going to ask you, the way that you work, is it more focused on one thing at a time, throwing full force, or are you balancing multiple things?
It's multiple things, but then sometimes it's like, oh, we got to get this motherfucker finished total.
Okay.
Hey, let's, it's usually multiple things. But now, and since I started taking over editing stuff myself, because I've gotten better. And yeah. So it's multiple things, but yet, it's like, well, let's focus on this, let's focus on that. Like, we got a guy working on the new Unearthed website. We got just so much fucking shit.
Yeah, you gotta update that fucking website, man.
Yeah. I know. Well, I didn't realize how many fucking numbnuts out there just use the only internet they have is their fucking phone.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, what? You're watching a movie on your phone?
I have computers and stuff, but like when I'm shopping, I shop on my phone. I don't shop on my computer.
I use the phone to do phone stuff. Sometimes I use it for instant message. No, I just prefer fucking a big screen.
Says the guy with the .aol email.
.aol.
Yeah, I got an AOL email. You want to know why? Because I got all my books saved on their servers. If anything happens, my books are still safe. I got, fucking shit, motherfucker. Yeah, AOL is great for that.
Go out of business next week, though, Biro. So you gotta
No. They still have dial-up subscribers. They have over 2.5 to 3 million dial-up subscribers. Because there's places in the country that, don't have cable, fucking out west, all that shit. So yeah, there's tons of people who are still on AOL as subscribers. That's how they get the internet.
And they're still jerking off to like just stills. They don't even get video.
Yeah.
There's some good stills out there, David.
There's some good stills.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh shit. I mean, yeah. There's. Let me see. So. Okay. So now I'm just picturing guys jerking off to their phone on AOL.
See, now you don't have to jerk off in your home by your computer. You can do this in a public restroom. You can do it in a car while you're driving.
Or you can go shop, but you have to turn your screen sideways to be able to shop at Unearthed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, no. How hard is that? How hard is it to turn your fucking phone? Oh, hey, I should turn my phone.
Well,
What it does it? Yeah, boom. There you go. Shut up. Get the fuck the back of the line.
I remember when you did the 30% off sale at the beginning of COVID, and people were like, they were done. They're like, what the fuck is going on with Unearthed?
I'm like,
there's no Francesca on here. Where the fuck is it? Turn
your phone to the side. It's house. It's not rocket fucking scientists. It's like, what the fuck? It's like all those people shooting videos with the fucking phone straight up.
Yeah, well, and me and
It's
Steven
like,
were talking.
I prefer the aspect ratio of tall.
Yeah, it's like look at your TV, look at your monitor. Here, turn your phone to the side. That way it fits the fucking monitor correctly. What the fuck?
And me and Steven were talking because all the boutique labels are having these big sales the last couple months, and
just nonstop, man. It's just too much.
And we're talking about just say Vinegar Syndrome. Vinegar Syndrome will put a fake MSRP on there and say 50% off. And I was telling Steven, I was like, Biro's 30% off is probably better than Vinegar Syndrome's 50% off because he doesn't do a fake MSRP.
I just want an unearthed Christmas.
Wait. You mean I can
unearthed.
Okay, you mean that I can raise my prices? Say I'm doing 50% off.
And more people will buy it.
Yeah. And you can do that, and you also owe us 10%.
Okay, well, damn it. I mean, there's too many fucking sales going on.
You never have to sell anything at that MSRP. Never. You just have
all of our shit is just, retail. I mean, I've had people, I can get cheap on Amazon. I'm like, thanks for the support. Kiss my ass. Bye. And I've had other people. I had one guy flip out on me because I didn't answer him fucking in 5 minutes via email. And I'm like, dude, one, I'm terrible at emails. Ask my friends who send me texts. I'm terrible at those too. And I'm like, and you expected, the guy just, well, I mean, the good thing is I don't have the amount of crazy collectors that Vinegar and those other guys deal with.
Oh God.
I mean, I'd like to, but
you have to make some of your titles go out of print.
Yeah. Well, that's what.
We were talking to Fred, and Fred Vogel, he said one of the reasons he took a break from toe tag is because these assholes expect their movies in 2 days and then bust his balls when they don't get it. So they're insane.
Oh yeah, you order from me, you'll get it like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Well, at least you're honest.
That's it. It's like, hey, bitches, I'm doing this all myself. Fuck you. Fucking you. You'll get it too. Hey, I'll throw you a fucking poster, or used condom. I'll give you my electric bill, whatever. Just you'll get something extra.
Hey.
So
when you were getting those guinea pigs, it was 6 to 8 weeks back in the day.
Oh yeah, shit. When I was bootlegging, you lucky you got shit in 3 months. I'd order from Chaz Ballin and shit, and Rotten or Blackest Art Media, and yeah, you're lucky you get that shit in 3 months, and you'd be happy.
Yeah.
Oh no, you would wait. You're like, no, I got some badass motherfucking crazy shit coming from, fucking Video Mayhem and blah blah blah.
I mean, they've only got like 5 VCRs set up, dubbing it simultaneously. So
I actually had 50.
Really?
Yeah. I had 50 going. I had lines that would do like 3 tapes at a time, 2 tapes at a time, bunch of onesies, lots of onesies. So yeah, and because I was doing them pretty cheap back in the day. It was like 10. It was like 10 for $100. Yeah, 10 for $100. No covers. No, that's with covers. The fucking shitty clamshell things, right?
Hey.
And then, well, hey, hey, whatever. But with
question. since
Yeah.
we went to Video Mayhem, and I was thinking about Project Mayhem.
Oh yeah, that failed. That failed fucking terribly.
Tell everybody about that, because you and I have talked about that a lot, and people might have seen that if they were in the know. They might have seen you recruiting, 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh yeah. When we did Bouquet,
No.
I made a.
This was 6 years ago. Jesus, fucking, we're old now.
Yeah. Well, with Bouquet, I made a alternate cut with no credits and anything like that, and burnt like 125 DVD-Rs of it. And I, wrote like, don't watch this fucking thing. Watch it your own fucking, your own whatever the fuck.
Risk.
Risk. Yeah, shit like that. And I recruited a bunch of people and got 6 of them. 1 to keep for themselves as a reminder, and 5 to place in public places all across the nation, see if anything happened. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, everybody, when you do this, I want you to wear a mask, and I want you to get video of it. And fucking nobody got video of it. I think 2 people took a fuzzy picture of themselves doing it. But everybody had fun putting them in restrooms and leaving them in restaurants and libraries and shit. I went to a comic convention, fucking left them everywhere, Yeah, nothing. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody. No. And the cool thing was, I was thinking, if people were getting videos of them, like handing them out and giving them out and shit, that'd be a cool extra for, the movie. But nobody got fucking any video.
Oh,
like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? Use your phone. Use your phone. So every once in a while you'll see a Project Mayhem Guinea Pig DVD-R pop up. And people are like, what the fuck's that? Oh, yeah, this is when Steve was trying to make a public panic. The funny thing is, I heard...
paying a mint for those, or what?
I don't know. I don't think a lot of people know they exist.
Okay.
I'm sure a couple of people that got them didn't give them all out. They'll wait till I'm old and gray, and I'll be like, fucking...
I gave 4 copies to my mom.
See? You see? Now, but I do see them pop up now and then.
Now, do you think we'll see a Blu-ray version of Bouquet?
No need to. It's $4.80.
Yeah, but people just like to have them on the shelves with a nice little blue case.
It's like I gotta pay for the Sony license, the fucking encoding.
I can't see the blue case when it's in a beautiful slipcover. Just saying.
Well, yeah.
Do people bother you on that?
Huh?
Do people ask for that to get them updated?
Yeah. I've had people ask. I mean, they'll have to wait till the future box set.
Man, you've got all these people saying like, "Well, I have to have it on Blu-ray," or you have to.
I know it sucks.
Or even if not as Blu-ray, you have to have it all from the same company, so the spines match or something, because of my OCD on my shelf. And I'm like, well, I'm glad you never collected books.
Yeah.
Because books are not always pressed by the same people. I've got little short fat ones. I got tiny skinny ones.
I mean, that's why
Dante.
That's why the plot digger DVDs and Blu-rays and shit are numbered plot 1, plot 2, plot 3. Because Ryan, he left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths.
Yeah.
Because that whole Gutterballs 2 thing. So we changed the fucking numbers so it wouldn't fuck up people's unearthed collections.
Now,
Aren't we
how
fucking
many
nice?
ulcers? How many ulcers is that shit giving you?
Not too bad, actually. Everybody's actually pretty damn cool. Because I'm like, hey, look, I'm jumping in. I'm good. I'm re-editing this thing, which, costing me money. I got somebody work, I'm like, I mean, it's going to suck.
Because we know you didn't see all those perks when you made that promise. So when
you just get, I don't give a fuck if you bought a toilet seat from the bowling alley. You ain't getting none of that shit. You're just getting Big Fucking Monster. You're getting Gutterballs 2 on my dime, and I'm paying and I'm shipping it to you. This is the best I can do.
Which is
You're going to whine about it.
Well, it's generous. That is generous.
Yeah, it is. So this was my concern for you as a friend, because I love you, you know. Was that you were going to have to come up with the bowling shoes.
Oh, yeah, no.
Signed.
Actually, I looked. Here's the thing. I looked up.
And then
I looked up used bowling pins, and holy fuck, those things are expensive.
So I did the math on fulfilling all the perks. And then I also did the math on if people opted to get an Unearthed title instead of a Nicholson title, and how that would affect your numbered run of your own stuff that would not be something that the Nicholson family would have a cut of. And I was like, okay, so if they don't want Big Fucking Monster, and they don't want GB, well, that would be for people getting part 3. You know, it doesn't exist. And they don't want, they don't want Famine, they don't want Live Feed, you know, they don't want Hanger, which is a dumb decision because they should get Hanger because it's the shit. And say they wanted this other stuff, like if that hindered you, and then you had to, come up with the capital to produce, the non-movie perks, if that was a part of what you figured in. That's insane amount of investment into that. And then if people are saying like, oh, well, that other title I want is Untold Story or Serbian film.
Right.
That's like the big sellers that you would have to, support. And, that's the things that are really going to take Unearthed into next carry. I mean, you got a lot of titles, and I don't mean to say anything about the, more obscure titles. But to be honest, they're not going to bring the quantity of sales as these names like Untold Story and Serbian film.
Right.
That's just the reality. And I don't think I'm saying anything controversial by saying that. Like, I was like, shit, are you going to be stuck in a situation where you cannot fulfill this stuff, or if you do, it cripples Unearthed in a way?
Oh, there's no. I've already figured it out. It's dumb for me to do, right? But I think that the goodwill that we will get in the horror industry outweighs the cost. I think us giving people Gutterballs 2 and Big Fucking Monster, getting that motherfucker done and out, right? We'll have the normal retail sales, and we'll also have VOD and all that other crap, right?
Yeah.
So, and the idea is that I was going to make money off of the other Nicholson movies to help eat the cost of what I'm doing to hook up the fans. Because, I mean, who the fuck else would have done it? Nobody. Everybody would be just sitting there, I don't have Gutterballs too. And yeah, I paid money and he's dead now. And yeah. So I think doing this is a crazy idea, but it's a damn good fucking idea, because the amount of goodwill that I think we will get once everything's done and all that shit's going out, then yeah, you're going to see like fucking Unearthed saves the day. Fucking, there'll be parades and shit. And I'll probably get a statue that they'll pull down after a week once they find out I wrote a cookbook and shit. So.
Well, I guess I'm glad that you're optimistic. I'm a cynical asshole, and I don't have much faith in people. But I
oh,
really
no, I know, because
hope.
I even brought up the profane exhibit, and you guys were like, been hearing about that for a decade now, motherfucker.
No, and I hope, because truly what you're doing for the fans is really commendable, Stephen. And that's not just kissing your ass. It's you're going above and beyond what I think like you said, no one else is going to do it. And and we were close to Ryan, and
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of his illness and the surgery kind of made him make some bad decisions. He wasn't very good at math and conversion rates as well. But
I had two companies hit me up, and they're like, "Hey, I heard you're putting out gutter balls. I have the rights to that." I'm like, "What? What do you mean you got the rights to that?" I got the fucking rights to that. Well, no, I got a contract from Ryan, and I'm like, "Oh, well, ever since he's passed, I'm working with his family." And they're like, "Wait, what? He passed?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And the cool thing is they were like, "Okay, I'm gonna just rip up the contract. You're good." Because I tell him what I'm gonna do. I'm like, look, and so he wrote contracts with other people for the whole library. Didn't even remember it.
Jesus.
Because he never told me, and suddenly I had people coming out of the woodwork. Hey, I got the rights to that. I'm like, well, since he passed, I'm working with his family and I'm archiving his stuff. Wait, what? And I'm like, yeah. And that's the whole part is that with the plot digger stuff, I'm putting it all together. I'm getting everything I can from every release, every extra, everything I could find. I mean, I had Joey Caps. He made me burns of everything in his whole motherfucking library. I think he sent us like 20 DVDRs.
Well,
which is awesome because we go through it all,
And you're kind of saving his legacy because he left such a bad taste in people's mouth. And again, I think that has a lot to do with what was going on in his personal life and his medical issues.
His health, yeah.
And and a lot of people, they're not going to see that. We were close enough to see that and kind of give him a pass for what happened. But a lot of the fans didn't see that, and I think you're helping with his legacy.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I mean, the tumor was already in there, fucking up his thought processes before he did the gutter balls to Indiegogo.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the damn perks he did, I was like, dude, you were fucking crazy. I even pushed the mini bowling bag with like every edition, 3 different versions of both movies, and I'm like, I tried to find mini bowling bags.
Yeah, well, and it doesn't make any logical sense. I mean, me and Steven both went back and looked at it, and we were trying to do the math, and it made no logical sense whatsoever to have those perks for that amount of money.
And then the whole thing of I guess running the campaign, and like I'm not sure if it was that Canadian monetary value was in dollars, but Canadian dollars and U.S. dollars, and I guess his confusion, like he thought he lost money. It's not that he lost money, it's just that the money had specific value in each country, and that equaled a different amount. You didn't lose it, that's just what it was in that country. He got like 2 different countries with dollars.
Yeah, he got 18 grand U.S.
And
that didn't even afford to make gutter balls too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like 22, 24 Canadian, but it turned into 18,000 US. And yeah. And that wasn't even enough to shoot the first film,
And I know he shot gutter balls. We saw an early version of it. And then, of course, he said that there was not no one saw that, and there was just so much controversy going on. We saw the one that had the
offered it, and we would love it to be on the set, but that cut, it seems that he has music that
unlicensed music,
unlicensed music from the biggest bands you could ever think of.
Oh no, I know Van Halen, fucking. I have people. Hey, is the bootleg soundtrack going to be on your version? I'm like, no.
I mean, men without hats.
Men without hats. He has a safety dance on there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had people like, hey, why isn't this on there? Dude, because I don't have over $100,000 to pay all these people for that Van Halen song, Jump. I mean, like, what the fuck? Come on, guys. There's a reason why it's called a bootleg edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But putting these movies out, I think, is going to bring a new generation to them, and I hope that it kind of smooths over some issues with the fans, and again,
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
And
Shit,
you're taking
actually,
care
we
of people.
sold out of Gutter Balls. We sold out of the Gutter Balls 2-disc.
Oh yeah.
So
really?
we're making
Let me in.
more.
Congratulations.
Oh, don't
Hey,
make any
well-
more. I want mine to be more valuable.
No, fuck you. I got paid for Gutter Balls 2, a big fucking monster, and ship that shit out, motherfucker. I crank these things out. But,
Well, I
you
think-
know, it's,
Me and Steven had that pre-ordered. We needed that, so.
yeah, that was, I mean, you know, let me know if you ever sit and watch all those fucking extras. I doubt you will. It's just all the outtakes.
No. I've scanned through a lot of it because I've been trying to see like what is on there, what's behind the scenes, what is, you know, capturing the actual shooting, what is just, you know, straight up, you know, production, like in between takes and stuff. How much time is even there? Did you scam us on that? You know, I've been trying to add it up. I've been going through.
No, there's probably
it's a lot of stuff.
There's probably about 50 hours if you throw everything into, you know, if you timed it. About 50, you know. You watch commentaries, you watch this, there's making of, you know, blah, 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 penetration, fucking blah, 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 and then 40 hours worth of outtakes and behind the scenes and shit like that. I mean, did I watch them? No. No.
You're the unearthed master. You gotta know everything, man.
He
No,
could be
I
on the
fucking just
outtakes
throw it
saying,
all
"Fuck
on there."
Steven
That's what-
Biro," you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you know, just throw all that shit on there. Here you go. Here, had them digitized. Fuck it. It's like live feed. I know that's 17, 20 hours worth of shit.
But
And
as
that'll
his
be
family,
like-
you're doing a lot of this for his family. And
Yeah.
if that was my dad, I'd sit there and watch that.
Oh yeah, I mean, actually, it's weird because when I put out the press release, Megan didn't see it. She didn't know, and so I sent it to her, and she's like, "Oh my God!" She's like, "I didn't know you were this close, and that you were talking to him all the time." And I did, you know, because he was trying to keep a bunch of shit secret, you know.
Yeah.
And it broke her down, and then his stepdad, Roy, he's really appreciative. You know, he's just like, fuck, dude. He's like, you know, thank you so much. And I'm like, look, you know, I'm trying to give you guys so that you have his legacy. So when we're done, you know, you'll have the full library with everything, you know, and, you know, you'll always have this so you can hopefully continue the legacy, new releases, this and that. Because, I mean, Gutterballs is doing great. I mean, we sold the 1,000 units went out the fucking door to where I was like, oh, okay, so we're making another 1,000. I only make them at 1,000 at a time.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, and there's plenty of titles I put out where I only, you know, it's like 300. Minimum run, 300. It's just like, oh, fuck. It's like, okay, this is like...
And for people out there, Ryan, if you knew him personally, he was such a good guy. He cared about people, and, you know, yeah, go get these titles. If you paid for Gutterballs 2, you know, take them. Just be happy you know that somebody's coming through for you. But Ryan had a lot of shit going on. He was a good guy, and hopefully we can get past it.
Well, before
mostly everybody everybody thought this was going to be my worst decision ever. I mean, my close friends, they're like,
well, we're
"Dude, are you
worried too,
fucking crazy?"
Biro. I mean, we're not joking. We're worried that it could really hurt the business.
Yeah, no, because the way I look at it is like, okay, DVDs and Blu-rays, I know what they're going to cost to get manufactured, right? So if you're looking at $1 for every DVD and say $2.50 for every Blu-ray, right? And if you look at the fucking numbers, you're looking at like 300 of this, 300 of that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, so I mean, it'll cost us some money. It'll probably cost us $7,000 to $8,000 to make the Blu-rays for Big Fucking Monster, Gutterballs 2, and ship, right? But we'll also be able to sell it because tons of people had no clue. Tons of new fans, tons of new customers. They have no clue what the hell Gutterballs is, much less that there was a 2. so that'll help, you know, because it's 2 movies. It's not 1. It's 2.
Yeah.
So, you know, and Big Fucking Monster. Yeah. That might have an opportunity to get on, you know, who knows? If I'm lucky enough to get into Shudder or Netflix or any of that shit, fuck yeah. Boop, boop, bing, 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 bing. Then yeah, that'll pay for all that stuff. So
yeah, one thing I want to ask you is we're seeing a lot of Unearthed on Tubi, which I fucking love Tubi. How does that work for distro? Is that a good way to go? Well,
no.
No.
No, it's just another.
Is it helping you get? Do you think you're building more of a fan base because of that?
Yeah. You know, I mean, that's the fucking hope.
Yeah.
You know, because I got people that hit me up. Hey, dude, we got a YouTube channel. I can get you there. We get fucking ad revenue. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, what's the fucking ad revenue? Well, 1,000 watches, we get $2 to $3. And I'm like, fuck you. And they're like, well, no, we had like 4 million views on this one movie. And I'm like, and everything else is like 300,000, right? And then they're like, oh, well, you got to edit it. You got to cut your shit. And, you know, and yeah, if it's watched 300,000 times.
And what, like, can you say
what
bigger movies were? What the title was that got like 4 million?
Night of Something Strange.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Had 4 million views on YouTube, and so they made maybe about $8,000. But all the other movies are at 300,000 views, and that means like $700. And then dealing with this company, I would have to make sure that they pay me, because if I don't get paid, then fucking it's up there on YouTube for fucking free for no reason. Yeah. So, and the thing is with Tubi. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't figured out how much I get paid for when you watch the whole motherfucking movie.
Yeah.
It's probably something stupid like 5 cents if I'm lucky.
Is it partial?
If I'm lucky, it's
versus full viewing?
Partial, I don't get that. Partial.
No, he's saying it's a different paid partial versus full viewing of a film.
Like I watched 5 minutes of it. Versus I watched the whole game.
Oh, as long as an ad comes up, then I get a penny or something. Yeah. I mean, the VOD, when VOD was kicking... Yeah, no. So when VOD, everybody thought here in La La Land, thought the VOD was going to be the savior of film.
Oh, fuck
yeah,
no.
you're looking at maybe 10% of the money that you make from the film release.
And they keep changing the deals on everybody, and pray they don't alter the deal further.
Oh yeah, Amazon. We're like, fuck you. You ain't getting nothing for Prime. They got Unnameable on there, and it's done well, but it's half naked female she demon. You know, yeah, you can't beat off to it, but you know, it's cool. But you know, and it's like,
don't tell me I can't beat off to it.
You can beat on anything, you know, but you know, and it's like the other titles. It's like, no, why in the fuck are we gonna offer our fucking titles for a couple of pennies per view? Fuck you. Movie's worth more than that. So I'm like, not doing anything on Prime anymore. It'll be just rental and download to home.
Well, what's the decision process of doing something on like a Tubi? Like, how do you pick what movies?
Oh, it's what they pick.
Oh, really?
We offer everybody every motherfucking thing.
Oh, okay.
Shudder, we hit up Netflix, we hit up Redbox. We're like, hey, do you want this too extreme for mainstream title there, Redbox? You know?
And they're like, fuck you. So
yeah.
Pick up Bouquet of Guts and Gore.
Oh, yeah, no, nobody will touch that motherfucker. and the shame of it is, I mean, it's like the sales for Guinea Pig. It's Bouquet, Solomon, Bloodshock, Sacrifice.
Now, is Bloodshock? I have not seen. I don't think I've seen that on Tubi.
It's on Tubi. It's on Tubi. Okay. In fact, Tubi fucked up, and the Bloodshock was on there, but instead you press the button, you got Sacrifice. So supposedly they fixed that.
So
But
they
they
took
had
every
fucking-
guinea pig. They took every guinea pig film except for Bouquet.
Yeah. Bouquet, yeah, no, you know. People were like, what kind of artistic merit is this? I'm like, man, I had to fucking kill my ex-wives, and this is how I did it.
and I guess they're all out on the full penetration.
There's no full penetration in Bouquet.
Well, I'm just talking about in the two extreme. They're all out on that.
Oh yeah, no, that's yeah. You can't have nut shots going because the nut shot pops it to triple X. One cum shot in the movie means it's triple X.
Oh
Period.
man.
So penetration is two X's.
Cum shots.
Penetration is two X's. 1X is engorged genitalia.
You're making
yeah.
that up. You're making that
No,
up.
I'm not. No, dude,
X and
no.
Triple X is the same thing.
No,
Triple X.
no, it's not.
Triple
X and triple X is not the same thing.
So
Triple X is cum
green
shot.
pies are only two X's.
There's only X.
Yeah.
Triple X is a marketing scam.
Triple X is cum shots. 2X is penetration, full blow jobs, without the cum shot though. And then 1X is engorged genitalia.
Well, I've got a film for you.
Like Bad Lieutenant. Bad Lieutenant was NC-17, and that was due to themes and his limp dick. You know, because you had Harvey Keitel. Beep, 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 beep,
So
beep,
if
beep,
Harvey
beep,
had
and
a
make
full
it-
on, you're saying if Harvey had a full on banger, it'd have been a 1X.
Yeah, it'd be 1X. Yep.
I've got a 5X for you.
He already produced a 5X. Okay, you need to go to 6X.
Well, I couldn't imagine. Yeah. Okay, so you made another Lucifer Valentine movie. All right.
God.
I didn't make out with my mentally ill sister.
No.
Oh.
No, the full on sex what mentally ill sister is.
Yeah. No. I dealt with him. It's done. It's over with.
So no Angela chapters on Unearthed
So
Films.
let's,
fuck no.
Hold on. Let's talk about that because those titles still exist. They're on Unearthed.
Yeah.
And I know you have contracts with them. So, and unless you want to go into it, I mean, I know the backstory. I know there was some personal stuff that offended you, and I would agree with. I would cut off communication as well. But you just send reports and financial statements and checks.
Yeah.
But you don't have any communication other than that.
Nope. Not after what happened. We won't get into that.
I don't mean to, but I'm
Oh,
not-
he was cool. I mean, we lost our ass on Black Metal Veins. Fuck me. It was a damn stupid Blu-ray.
And
I don't know what I was
I
thinking.
don't even have that. I have the cut DVD from you.
Yeah, we got stuck with those too. The cut versions, fucking garbage fodder.
So how far out does that agreement reach? How much longer are you tied to that?
Oh, it's done. It's gone. It's been gone for a year, 2 years.
Is there any on the website?
No. If you want any of that shit, I mean, I had tons of the cut versions and the Blu-rays and shit. And, I tried. Lucifer wouldn't take them, and so I just fucking sold them to Grindhouse Video for $1 each. That's where you can get a bunch of our old out of print shit because I had a ton of stuff back in the days.
Great sales like footprints and stuff.
Yeah. So because I had a fucking storage unit in Florida with 7,000 to 8,000 DVDs in it, Blu-rays, and I'm like, gave the key to Mike, and I'm like, here you go. Let's figure out a price you want and stuff. And I moved out here, and then figured it out, $1 a piece. Here you go. So yeah, he's done really well with them. Because selling an unearthed title at $5, $6, $10, $15, he's got all over the price. Mm-hmm. What's sort of funny is that he's got Harry Carey box sets I left 500 of them there.
Yeah.
I took 60 with me, and it's not out of print. It's just, and he sells them on his website for $10. I sell them for $50 on their site. And I hit him up, and I'm like, hey, dude, I ran out of the 60. And he's like, what? I'm selling for $10. You're selling for 50? I'm like, yeah. And that's, yeah, okay.
Now, the Atross 3-disc, is that gone for good?
Yep, gone for good. Limited. Okay. It was 1,500.
I'm putting it on eBay now.
Dude,
yeah.
Dude, my copy's still in shrink wrap, and I got that from Sandlin.
Ooh, that's nice.
Recent.
Yeah, I mean that's 15. I mean, we still got the blues and the single disc.
Hold on. Maybe it was Diabolic. It was one of the two. It was either Sandlin or Diabolic. I'm pretty sure it was Sandlin because I tend to go to him first for a lot of that. Yeah. Just because, I mean, he handled your shipping for the film I worked with you on. And Bloodshock, Bouquet. He did a great job. I'm trying to work with him on a special edition for Untold, to where it's only available through me and him. House exclusive.
Yeah. Because Diabolic's doing that all the time now. They're buying shit up. Mike doesn't want to do that yet. But I'm like, hey, here's the deal. I'm like, but you handle the shipping. So and plus he's a good guy, And I'll try to help him out. And so is Jesse at Diabolic. I mean, he'll pick up not many. The Two Extreme, he'll buy 100 copies on blue if it's real blue.
I think I've given Jesse some crap recently because I'm a little aggravated about a certain title, and I just want to apologize, Jesse. I love you. That's why I pre-ordered so much shit from you. I probably have stuff still arriving well into the, Christmas time from pre-order.
Just not Crash.
I wasn't going to say that. Jesus, now you lauded it out. Fuck. I want that David Cronenberg's Crash 4K. Because nothing like Elias Koteas sucking on James Spader's thigh in 4K.
Now that's too extreme.
Yeah.
He didn't put fingers.
I remember seeing that in the theater and seeing a bunch of people walk out when he was talking about tasting another man's cum.
When James Spader's Deborah Kara Unger was talking about the there's semen on the vinyl in the 63 Continental.
Yeah, all I'm like is, you fucking pussies, they're just talking about it. Shit.
Yeah. Nobody's swallowing cum yet. That's a 2X.
that's just a R. You're not talking about it.
Yeah, what the fuck? You fucking pansies.
James Spader isn't gargling his cum yet.
Yeah, that's in the behind the scenes.
Yeah, he does all those movies because he's a little bit furry and plays around with Jack Nicholson and Wolf. He likes that kind of thing.
I'd love to put out a Jack Nicholson movie.
Yeah? Which
one? The shitty thing is I'm putting out a movie called The Grand Tour, Disaster in Time, starring Jeff Daniels.
You really?
Yeah. It's two Jeff Daniels. What? There's two Jeff Daniels in it because it's a time movie and shit. So he meets himself in the past or the future and shit, And we got the rights to that because my partner Paul produced it. But Jeff Daniels hated the fucking movie and he refused to do anything. And we reached out to try to get him to do a commentary or something. Yeah.
What's it called again? Fucking
Grand Tour, Disaster in Time.
How old is it?
92? 93? 91. There you go, Mr. Google.
Also called Timescape.
Yeah, it's called a bunch of different things. Timescape, Grand Tour, Disaster in Time. It's got like 3 different titles released everywhere, but, and we just got that back from fucking Lionsgate. No, Showtime. Showtime. So so we're putting that out.
Oh, it's the guy that directed Riddick and Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah.
And Pitch Black and The Arrival.
Now let me. I want to ask you, Stephen.
This guy's first film.
I want to ask you this, Stephen, because you really hurt the value of my DVD, and I was kind of pissed off about this. After the lawsuit with Invisible, with the Serbian film, did you just get like a load of their DVDs?
You left out the V.
Yep.
You drinking?
I am drinking the DVD.
I am drinking too. This is
me too.
Did you just got like this huge lot of the Invincible DVDs, and they were going for like $100 a piece, and you killed it because you're selling them for $25. What did that come from the lawsuit, or did you just get turned over all these?
Nope, got it from the lawsuit. Got it from the lawsuit, and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with these? I'm like, maybe I'll just give it as an extra on a collector set we're doing or something. But then I had so many other people, hey, fucking those things are selling for $100. Would you mind selling them for $25? And I'm like, eh. And then another person, hey, can you sell it? Okay, fuck it. So
I was right about
I'm gonna
to sell
ruin your
mine
shit
too.
anyway.
Yeah, I was about to sell mine. I was like, well, Biro will put out this Blu-ray within the next couple of years, so I can.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
you should have sold it when you had the chance, dude.
Biro,
not my
fucked
fault.
Me again.
not my fault. You dragged your fucking feet, man.
I've got that Swedish disc, and I've got the it's the DVD.
Well, you better sell that now.
You know that Swedish disc with the Blu-ray that the German guys ripped off. The DVD is the shorter cut. The Blu-ray is the longest cut so far. And then it's got the soundtrack too. So it's the 3-disc. And and I got the t-shirt for that one where it's all in Swedish. The Srpski film, but in Swedish, where it says caution and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, man. So crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe this motherfucker in Germany and fucking sons of a
dude,
bitch.
I watched you find out about that. I was on the thread. I saw that dude post about it, and then you were like, "Wait a minute." I didn't even have time to follow you. I saw it, and then you commented. I was like, "Oh fuck."
Oh yeah, no, fucking. This Germany is a fucking old west. Because you got tons of people releasing shit they don't have the fucking rights for. There's a company named XT. I just want to choke fuck.
XT Video?
Yeah. Scumbag sons of bitches. They put out the Guinea Pigs on Blu-rays. They don't have the rights.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody put out the Unnameable out there. Yeah, they didn't.
Box set. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have the fucking rights, sons of bitches.
The red spines.
Yeah. There's a fucking Unnameable out in Germany that somebody put out. There's fucking this, fucking that, and it's just like, motherfuckers. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm debating on
specific. Is it just like copyright laws that are easy to get away with? Or?
No, it's called scumbags that are fucking putting out shit from other countries because suing a company in Germany is a total bitch. But that's why we got a couple other companies that are all joining together to sue this motherfucker at the same time, and we know he'll end up settling. Because that's what they all do. Yeah, that's
for him.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. I'm fucking around with an Italian lawyer too now. I'm gonna have to end up fucking dealing with lawyers in every motherfucking country soon, just protecting our shit, and it sucks.
So since you mentioned Italy and your Italian lawyer, and I'm not going to name any names nor name any titles, but I was privy to hear some insider information about Unearthed possibly doing some remakes of something
Yeah,
people would
you got the
consider
information from me, bitch. You got it from me.
Don't you revealed my sources.
Yes, I did. Look, all I gotta do is just call Biro late at night when he's drunk, and he'll fucking blab away. He'll fucking tell you everything and anything and shit, because he's friendly like that. Yeah, the hold on that, on what that we're working on a remake of something, and it would be motherfucking huge. People flip the fuck out. Some people get pissed. Some people be like, well, fuck no. Look what they did with the guinea pig thing. This is next level shit, motherfuckers. We're on hold because of the fucking virus. I need to see some contracts. The contracts at one of the biggest fucking media companies in Italy. And the contracts are in the fucking offices, and everybody's working remotely and shit, so we gotta wait until they're fucking back in the fucking office. Because I got one of the biggest entertainment lawyers in Italy, Guinevere Ponti, something. Her name's Ponti. Her dad directed Dr. Zhivago, and her mother was Sophia Loren. She's my lawyer in Italy. And yeah, a little expensive, but if I can pull this fucking thing off, people will shit their motherfucking pants. And yeah. I've been working on the damn thing for 3/4 of a fucking year. But if it happens, it happens. I already got fucking budgets lined up for it and shit. Good budgets. 300,000 plus. So, yeah, motherfuckers. I got my hands in all sorts of shit. Fucking motherfuckers. I mean, it's cool though, because I've been doing this shit for 20 years. And, it really helped as soon as we started producing movies ourselves and shit. So that's really helped us and stuff. And I'm actually surprised some of the other companies aren't, but they also know how easy it is to make a shitty movie. That makes no fucking money at all.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see Severn out there making some horror films soon.
Well, they do docs.
Yeah.
Docs are easy and they're cheap. I mean, they're time consuming.
If you can sell them worldwide, but they're stuck with U.S. only.
Yeah. They did that Richard Stanley doc, which I've never seen yet.
Oh, it was good.
It's actually really good. Yeah,
I've seen it. Yeah.
I know they had the Fulci. Did they produce the Fulci one?
No. I saw that Fulci is fake fucking shit.
Yeah.
And I'm working with Antonella. I'm not going to put this out because she was pissed off because she's at the end of the documentary. It's mostly the older daughter of Fulci sitting there talking away.
Yeah, I hear it's not good. I have not seen it yet, but a lot of people.
No, it's terrible. I mean, it's terrible. I'm like going, And I watched it, and it's like, Fulci is fake. And he's like, I am going to play Fulci in a movie. And he's wearing fucking a fake nose and all that shit. Has nothing to do with the fucking documentary at all. It's like, and they show him, and he's dressed up as Fulci, and he's like, But he doesn't do any of the interviews dressed up as Fulci, right? And then they show him, and he's taking off the makeup. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? And I watched it. And then Antonella is at the end of the fucking documentary for about 10 minutes. And she's just upset. And she's pissed off. And I'm like, ooh, I'm working with Antonella. I'm not going to put this out because I don't want her pissed off.
Well, and they put out such a limited quantity of those, too. So I don't think they...
Well, because they know that, once it's out, people are going to be like, oh, what the fuck is this shit? Right?
And actually, I think it is the most expensive Blu-ray that they're selling for this whole sale.
No, it is. It's a few dollars more than Demonia. And
it's $30.
Oh, yeah, they probably did a deal. Hey, we'll put out a limited, blah, blah, blah. Hey, we got some Fulci films that are bottom of the barrel.
And you saw my meme, so I agree with you.
yeah, that's why I'm like, what the fuck, And I mean, the What the fuck is that fucking variety show movie with the Frankenstein gay wolf man and shit?
What? What the fuck is
That one.
I had to look it up. And I guess it's
1X or 2X? How many sacks are there?
No X's. No, it's like PG. But the Wolfman's fucking gay. And, and because I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody's claiming, oh my God, they said they only made 1,000 units of this, and most of them are in these, like, $200 bundles, and blah, blah, blah. This is the only movie I want. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, so I look it up, and it's on IMDb. It's got, like, fucking 5 votes and no reviews and shit.
Well, isn't it amazing how pumped these people get about movies they've never seen from 30 years ago?
Heard about. Some of these people are releasing shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm the movie guy.
Like Frankie
Not
and
the
Pal.
movie guy, but I'm like,
Frankie
what the fuck? What?
What
Oh yeah, Frankie and his pals. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck kind of trash is this? Let me look it up. Oh, this looks terrible. And I look at the trailer. I'm like, this is even fucking worse. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys buying? I'm like, because I know when I release a stinker.
Don't have synopses of these films. Like, there's not a synopses out there. Like Enigma and Demonia, I know what I'm getting into because I own them already. I just, I'm kind of like a Fulci completist, so I'm just kind of going all the way. I stuck it in a quarter of the way. There's just the tip, but I got to go all the way to the base, and I got to own it. So I'm doing it.
Well,
that means I got to go to Bill Lustig and let him rate me for Manhattan Baby.
Well, and you go watch these, and I'd rather watch this or Purgatory Road compared to some of the shit that people are watching. These are actually fun films, and people are buying something from 1982 that no one's ever heard of.
I'm so fucking confused over the horror fans these days because they're going nuts over shit, and I'm like, that shit I pass up.
And they're sleeping on stuff that they should be jumping on at times.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, because I know Severin put out Bag Boy Lover. I hit them up for it. Yeah, and I hit them up for it because it's a good movie.
Yeah, I like that one.
And the thing is, and Gregory's like, dude, he's like, I don't know how the fuck you're doing it because you're putting out the new stuff. And he's like, I put out Bag Boy Lover. I can't even sell 300 copies of that. And I'm like, well, because you're not known for putting out the newer stuff. And I'm like, my shit titles I sell 300 of, and like Bag Boy Lover, I could have done well with.
Flowers too, 300 copies.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm like going, so I mean that's only good. I mean, I know Shout does some new titles here and there.
Well,
you never hear about them.
They do like the IFC Midnight is what it seems Shout's doing.
Right. Yeah, and IFC's got enough of a push and whatnot, so
yeah,
so that's good. But yeah, putting out a new movie, it's hard to get the word out, hard to get the excitement up. I mean, I think we're gonna fuck people up with this 29 Needles.
Yeah,
we know that. We know that. Yeah, I think. Yeah, no.
And here, let me say this to people. Like, I'm not sure if this is airing before Scott's episode or not. If you hear this, 29 Needles is fucked up. It is definitely alternate lifestyle, sexuality centric. But it's a good movie too. It's extreme. It is. To me, it's the most extreme. That's it. This is the cherry.
Yeah,
this is it. For me, this is it. This is it. This is
how many
this is it.
How many X's?
Oh, it's easily 3, probably 4, because of the violence mixed with the fucking demented sex.
Yeah, the severed fingers. It puts it over the top.
Dude, and the thing is, Scott told me he's got about 30 of those.
Fingers?
And Yeah, he's got 30 of those fingers still, right?
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
And he's talking about getting them encased in plastic. So we could do a nice special edition where you get a finger.
Oh, yeah.
See, the thing is, like, if you buy one of the special editions, you have to hold the finger in your hand until it shows up. Boom!
Until it
Boom!
shows up.
Then when it shows up, then you know where the fingers are. There you go. Here you go. There's one in your hand right there, 3D. It's more than 3D.
They'll smell a little funny, though.
No. They've been washed thoroughly and stuff and get encased in the plastic, you know. But so we haven't. We're you know, he's still got them. So I think that's what we're gonna do because he said he's got a friend to do it. So yeah, but that would flip everybody the fuck out.
I would
like, yeah, dude, I got the finger version of fucking 29 needles for 100 films. Fucking, it's coming in the mail. Motherfucking Biro, you fucking son of a bitch! Fucking what the fuck you son of a bitch!
They'll have no idea what the finger came from, huh? Until they watch.
Well, when they see the movie, they'll be like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" That's why I know. People will curse my name nationwide, maybe even in other countries too, because you know, you'll get a nice poster with it with the finger. Yeah. So I think we're gonna do something like that.
Now, I watched Francesca recently, and
amazing.
And I loved how well they captured, you know, the Italian giallo at a certain point in time, and it did not feel like an unearthed film to me. Not saying that in a bad way.
Oh yeah, no.
It was just something totally different. I didn't expect coming from you guys. Do you see yourself getting more type of titles like that?
I try to. It's hard. I get, you know, because I'm really. Francesca's badass. Soundtrack, amazing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking damn good. And I tell people, this is what Dario Argento would have made after Four Flies on Grey Velvet and before Deep Web. I'm like, or Deep Red.
Deep Red.
Yeah.
Deep Web. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, Argento's got fist fucking his movies now, and now they're actually good again.
Now I was really surprised. Steven actually told me he's like, that's top tier unearthed, and that made me go and watch it. And I was so surprised how well they did.
So great. Yeah, the film
I mean,
was so great. It was a great story. It was just kind of, you know, giallo-esque, but solid giallo-esque, and it was really fun. I have one complaint, critique. The subtitles are off-timed from the.
Those are the subtitles I get, motherfucker.
Deal with it.
That's
yeah. Not my fault. Not my fault. Guy above me.
I've seen things in like this is a lot more of an artistic.
Is that the Untitled problem? Do I need to complain to him?
Yeah. No, Dis is amazing.
Oh, I love that one too.
You know,
I'm a big fan of Bill Oberst, and that was just such a strong film, and that surprised me because that's more of an art house. It does have its brutal side to it, but it's a little more art house as well.
Yeah, he couldn't find distribution because of the female ejaculate in the first 5 minutes. Yeah.
That's
like, hey, come to us, you know. I mean,
come to Unnerve. You got female ejaculate, come to Unnerve.
Yeah, here you go. It's, I mean, I'm like really happy. We've been putting out some amazing shit lately.
Yeah, I really like Purgatory Road. That was a good watch too.
I haven't seen Record of Sweet Murder yet, but that's
it's badass.
And the new Onieti Brothers movie I want to see.
Oh, do you see? That's the thing. I saw Abracadabra. That's their other giallo they made after Francesca.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, hard pass.
Hard pass.
I love Nico. I love Nico. There's really no gore, but they nailed the '70s giallo fucking look, the feel, the acting was good, but there's fucking nothing. And I'm like, I pass.
Do you know what they're shooting those things on?
No, I have no motherfucking clue. No motherfucking clue. I mean, they're in Argentina, so yeah. Actually,
that's
I owe
one
them
thing
a
about
royalty
Francesca. I was like, are they shooting these on film?
No.
How the hell are they putting these films together? Because they just hit it right on the head.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen What the Waters Left Behind yet?
No, I have not seen
No,
that.
no. That's what we were saying. That was another one that I was trying to talk to you about, wanting to watch.
Oh, fucking amazing. I mean, Texas Chainsaw Rip was fucking great and a little bit more fucked up. And the only problem is that fucking Terror Films has the VOD for it. We only have physical, so if you watch it on Prime or any of that shit, I don't get a penny. I'm finding some filmmakers are doing VOD separate than physical, and it's fucking up their whole world. So they're trying not to do that anymore. Yeah. But What the Waters Left Behind is awesome. I mean, have you seen Brutal? Fuck. Motherfucker's brutal.
Well, Susie said it was pretty awesome.
I really liked the story. I think they gave it away too much, and I think they could have done better with the gore effects.
I think the gore effects are fucking great because you can't tell that damn knife is CG.
Yeah, that's a good one. And I think if they would have played it a little more subtle, because once you get past the first chapter, you kind of know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I still didn't turn it off. I still watched it all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that with Marcus Cook here. And Marcus is like, fuck, we're going to have to fucking raise our guinea pig game. And I'm like, I know. I'm like, because, it's pretty fucking...
Yeah, it doesn't have anything on Bouquet or Bloodshock. I don't.
Oh yeah, well, no. I mean, it's just the viciousness of it because there's an intensity that the Japanese put into movies that we don't recreate here.
Yeah.
Like Tetsuo the Iron Man, Rubber's Lover, Pinocchio. There's intensity.
There's an intensity they put into sentences that we don't put into here.
Yeah, and it's because of their kabuki acting.
Yeah.
That kabuki, everything is exaggerated, and they do that. That's why Takashi Miike films are like just so motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's like Visitor Q. I'm like, trying to pick that up. That's in legal limbo right now. There's a ton of movies in Japan that are in legal limbo because a bunch of filmmakers, bunch of film companies have gone out of business.
Well, Visitor Q is one of those that I'm just dying for a Blu-ray on.
I'm dying to put it out. I know the company and I know where it's at, and the lawyers have got it. And yeah, I gotta wait.
Yeah, if you get Visitor Q, I'm front line for that.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of films. I mean, a bunch of Takashi Miike films that are in legal limbo right now. Machine Gun Girl, Hell Driver, fucking, bunch of fucking films that were like huge, big, fucking companies bankrupt. I mean, yeah. It sort of sucks. Because there's a ton of films that I'm like, ooh, huh?
Why'd they go bankrupt?
Because 95% of fucking all movies don't make their budget back. Happens more than you know.
But we're saying they were good movies and they were big. What is there something about the formula, business-wise, or is there some insight that you have to why those are kind of out there?
Yeah, well, one, Media Blasters ripped them off. Didn't pay royalty report, shit like that. Okay. Yeah, fucking, and two, don't spend $800,000 on a gore film. Because that's a lot of fucking money to fucking recoup and yeah, if you do business with the wrong company, boom, you're out of business. They're not paying you shit. They're ripping you off. Boom. That's it.
Do you have
so many
messages
fucking scumbags out there?
Do you have a message to the filmmakers that may be signing contracts or looking at contracts from some of these culprits?
Oh, dude, there's. I have a friend. He just announced a release through a company I know that rips people off.
He's like, we both have.
Yeah. He's like, hey, everybody, I'm with this guy, this company. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. I'm like, well, you knew I'm your contract guy. Let me read the contracts. Because I read a contract for him 3 years ago. I'm like, this is evil, this is evil, this is evil, this is evil. I'm like, dude, I'll give you the same offer, and you'll actually get paid. What the fuck you doing? And yeah, he just announced, hey, I'm with this. And I'm like, fuck, you're with this company. I know you're going to get, I know you're fucked.
Is this a guy that Marcus did the special effects on this movie?
Yeah.
Won't say any names? Okay.
Yep. Nope. Yeah, he just shot himself in the balls. And I'm like,
and that is
fuck.
Such a great film.
Yep. And he just shot himself in the fucking balls. And I'm like going, dude, you knew I've gone over your contracts before and I've told you the pitfalls. And I know the contract you signed because I had another friend who asked me fucking some legal advice. And I'm like, okay, here, look out for this, look out for this, look out for this, look out for that. He took notes, signed the contract. I see him half a year later. Yeah, dude, there's a clause in there that they put a banner ad on their website, and, it's $10,000. And I'm like, that gets deducted right off the top, along with all their other costs. And he's like, yep. And I'm like, how much you spent on the movie? $120,000. It's got Barry Bostwick in it, Bostwick or whatever. And I'm like, dude, fuck, I'm here. Send me, I've looked at contracts for other people. I help people all the time because, I do this shit for a living.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I know people sign fucking deals with companies who I've already sued or won or friends, dude, I know everybody will fuck you over. And yeah, no, my horror friends don't come to me. Hey, Steve, I'm about to do this. What do you think? Run, run. What are you doing?
In particular situation, they're probably getting blinded by the reach of this company, media-wise.
But the company has no reach.
Yeah.
The company has no reach. The company bought a fucking website.
Yeah.
To use it for their own base, but that reach is fucking dead. Because who the fuck's looking at websites these days? Everybody's on Facebook, man. What the, what the fuck? So yeah, it's, and I so desperately want to send them a message, but I'm just like, they're bad news,
Yeah.
And I'll put them in touch with the people who've gotten ripped off from them, and I mean, it was like, fucking, I had a damn good close friend, me and Steven have both worked with on a set, was trying to release a movie of his, and he's like, oh, hey, we signed with this company, and I'm like, wait, why did you sign with them? I offered you $5,000 up front and 45% royalty, which is like outrageous, because usually if you pay money up front, it's 25%.
Yeah.
Shit, Frankenhooker was 10%. 20,000 up front, 10%, which meant I got to make $200,000 before they saw another dime.
Mm.
I didn't even make close to $200,000. Actually, I had to sue the company who put out Frankenhooker because blah, 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 right? Anyway, but my friend's like, oh, well, they're giving us a 50-50 split. I'm like, 50-50 split of nothing. I'm suing these people right now. What? I'm like, I'm suing these people right now. For what? Non-payment. I'm like, don't send them the master materials. Just say, don't send them the master materials. If they don't have the master materials, they're not going to put it out. Don't worry. The company went out of business anyway. Oh, man. This industry is filled with sharks, gators, piranhas, and vultures.